Hi, hello, howdy. Welcome back to Let's Play Shin Megami Tensei Persona 4. I actually tried to say it legit fast, not just like a bunch of gibberish fast. Anyways, I come bearing wonderful news. I am never fucking using Camtasia again after this segment. I shit you not. 2 minutes into the recording, actually less than 2 minutes, because it happened at 1 minute 40 seconds, and by the time it I finished, I cut it and noticed it, it was 2 minutes. So less than 2 minutes, I got audio desync. And I am not putting up with this anymore. I have more income. I can afford to buy Adobe Premiere, and so fucking help me God, I'm going to. God isn't real, by the way. It seems that you've come to the Velvet Room in your dreams again. I cannot stress you how mad I am, and I'm just going to play it off as a joke. I'm furious. But something is different this time. This is probably a terrible way to start the segment, but whatever. We're celebrating the death of Camtasia. You don't see Igor or Margaret. By the way, saying their names wrong for engagement. I made that joke last time, but now it's not as funny to me because I'm repeating the joke and that I impulsively did last time. And now it's now I'm having to explain it. Oh my god. Okay, whatever. Teddy is sitting there, not noticing your presence. Is this the shittiest Let's Play
am
I've ever done? I think so. No, I did Catherine. If you have not watched Catherine, don't start. But oh my god, dude, that was the worst one. Oh my god. But I survived. Anyways, it's Theodore / Teddy.
Sensei? Why are you here?
So I'm pretty sure he says the same thing regardless, but let's test it. Last time I said I think it's a dream. Let's say I don't know.
I see.
Yeah.
How mysterious.
I figured he would say that. I assume the third option he says this too.
There are so many things I don't know about.
It does not matter, but I always have to point out the illusion of choice in Persona games.
But I did realize something.
And cue the music change.
I've been thinking all this time about who I really am. But I couldn't find the answer. I was no one from the start. Humans live in the other world, and shadows live in this world. From the beginning, that's all there was to it.
Cool.
I was just a shadow in that world.
So, if you were waiting like a coiled spring with bated breath to find out Teddy's backstory, this is it. On the one hand, I think it's maybe a little interesting that there's not some big reveal that he's like the messiah of humanity or whatever. But on the other hand, it is really I don't know, if you're gonna build it up that much, is it really just gonna be like, oh, he was nobody, he's just a shadow after all, there's nothing special about him? I don't know. Whatever. I was cracking up at how did you get here? This is where it cut, by the way. This is where I realized my audio desynced. Because I was laughing really hard at how'd you get here. Because it's just I ignored everything he said and just got to this, so... Or I'm just like, oh, how did you get here?
I figured something out. That day at the hospital, I realized that I really can't do anything.
In what way?
As soon as I thought that, I lost consciousness. Then when I woke up, I was inside the fog.
You're not even necessarily wrong. None of us could have done anything, sir.
Shadows can't stay in the human world. They aren't allowed. I walked and walked, but there was nothing all around me. Just when I started thinking that I couldn't go anywhere, I heard the noise of a car.
Of course.
And then I was here. I remember lots of things now. My world is a place shaped by human thoughts. One day, a shadow living in that world awakened to human emotions.
Why? Oh, you're silly for wanting to know.
But humans and shadows are completely different entities. So he made himself forget that he was a shadow. He wanted to forget. He wanted people to like him. And that's how he came to look like this.
I don't know. I don't want to beat it into the ground. It's just I don't necessarily mind that his backstory is the, like, anticlimax. I just kind of... I don't know, it's like the only part of his character that they could have really done something interesting with, and they just shoved it into the corner and ignored it.
I really am stupid. What the other Teddy said before, in the end, it was all true.
Isn't that the point of the shadow, is that they're saying things that are true but you don't want to accept? Whatever.
No matter how much I search for myself, I have no self. There was no me to begin with. I'm just a shadow that took a different form so humans would like me.
There is still something about Shadow Teddy we've yet to discuss, believe it or not, and I feel like I'm gonna forget to bring it up when it becomes relevant. But, like, whatever, let's not get into that. Let's move on.
It would have been better if I had never remembered, but I did. I'll probably turn back to a regular shadow soon. Oh yeah, Sensei. One day, when you meet Nana-chan in heaven, apologize for me.
I'll have forgotten you by then.
Tell her, I'm sorry I couldn't do anything. Tell her, I'm really sorry.
I'm not saying that he saved her.
Huh? Really?
You told Teddy about how Nanako came through. You weren't able to be very specific. In fact, you were incapable of explaining it in any detail.
Nana-chan's... Wow, that's wonderful. I'm so glad. Glad that I could at least hear that. My heart feels so much lighter now. I'm starting to feel sleepy. What a strange place. It feels so soothing. It's not like my world. Something just feels so nostalgic about this place. Could this be your dream world, Sensei?
I wish I liked Teddy, but I also wish he wasn't a sex pest. And also just, like, a fucking annoying asshole. I don't know. Let's just say I don't know to everything.
Aha. But I wonder why I met you here. What am I supposed to do now?
I don't know. I'm just saying I don't know to
I
everything.
really don't know either.
He actually responded.
No matter how hard I think, there's too many things my little brain can't understand. But I do understand one thing now. I'm glad that I met you, Sensei.
It's not mutual. You can sense Teddy's pure and deep gratitude. Yippee! Again, I actually like the awakened persona. I forget what it's called. Is it Kamui? Or is what he has Kamui? God, I don't remember this shit ever. He has good persona with a Z. Persona designs. I'm not using the character attached to them. I'm sorry. Not about that life.
But I have to get going. This is your place. It doesn't seem like somewhere that I'd be allowed to stay. Goodbye.
Oh, whoops, I cut him off. Whatever. I forget when exactly he awakens, but it'll be very soon and immediate. I don't know. Before you know it, Teddy is gone and Igor and Margaret... Okay, I'm not actually making that a bit. It's not. It's done. The last time I'll ever say Margaret. Are sitting there once again.
It seems the words in your memory weren't the only things you summoned here.
Are we gonna have another fucking social link like Hullabaloo?
This is a room for guests who have an ego that can be nurtured. Shadows, mere fragments broken off from the ego, have no place here.
Okay.
The water's strength has moved a single stone that had stopped, returning it once again into the flow. Very interesting.
Igor has a meaningful smile on his face.
Well now, it's about time we departed once again. This vehicle is still on its journey. There is no reason to tarry here for long. Margaret?
Terry is like a $5 word to just drop in a sentence.
We're ready to go. Let us depart.
Can you believe there's someone out there who likes Margaret more than Elizabeth? Absolutely crazy.
Ah, you are every inch the guest I had anticipated. Now, it's time for you to return. I am even more intrigued now as to where this is all headed.
We'll be waiting for your next visit.
So that was thrilling, wasn't it? I'm being annoying. Juness, Electronics Department.
How did it go? Did you find Teddy?
No, and no one's seen him either.
Ugh, that annoying little furball. Just when we're at a turning point in the case, too.
We have no choice. Let's pursue Adachi for now.
I mean, what is Teddy even gonna do for us? I'm not using him.
Whoa! Look how dense this fog is. It's gotten even worse than before.
What the? There's this malicious aura everywhere. It feels completely different from the last time I was here. I think we'd better hurry. Give me a sec to try finding Adachi.
Adachi scan!
Does this mean both this world and ours are getting messed up?
Our glasses work on the fog on the other side. It can't be normal. And I heard more people are falling ill because of the fog. I wonder what's going to happen.
I sense him. Adachi's definitely in here.
Are you serious? Which way?
Hold on.
So he did come to this side. Well, that settles it. There's virtually no doubt remaining that he's the true culprit.
Was there any? He's talked about throwing people into the TV. Ah, whatever. It's just a little throwaway line.
Once we capture him, solving the mystery of this world and the rest of the case can't be far behind.
Woohoo! The game's almost over.
Then maybe we'll find out where Teddy came from, too. Man, where is that bear anyway?
Well, I can say for sure he's not here. And I know Adachi is here, but I can't track him down myself. Gee, Ted, why aren't you here when we need you most?
Well.
This place. Huh. I see. I came back. But it really doesn't matter. I'm completely useless. Nana-chan, I'm so sorry.
Teddy? It is you, Teddy. I heard your voice. You said, hang in there. I heard my big bro and everyone else too.
Nana-chan! Hold on! I'll get the doctor!
It seems she's asleep again.
Nana-chan told me that she heard my voice. She heard me say, hang in there.
It could be that her frankly miraculous recovery was because everyone's voices reached her.
We were in another room. What? She died while we were in the room, and then we ran off to try and talk to Namatame. What? What? Okay, whatever.
Even unconscious, people are capable of hearing others' voices.
Unconscious? She was dead. There's a difference between unconscious and, like, flatline heartbeat, like, no brain activity. I guess, to be fair, like, she objectively had brain activity, I guess, because if she came back to life... Whatever. This is... whatever.
My voice. And theirs too. Everyone.
I mean, okay, I want to be clear. I am ragging on Teddy a lot for this, because I do feel like this storyline just flatly sucks. But I get it. I think if it had been any other character, I'd actually really understand and sympathize with them. Like, even if it had been Yosuke, you know? Especially if it had been Yosuke, honestly, because he's been involved in the case since day one. Well, whatever. It would be re-traumatizing for him, but, like, hypothetically, if it had been any of the non-Teddy characters, because they are hormonal teenagers, you know what I mean? And, like, it makes sense for them to really strongly react to something like this. Like, I remember at middle school, this person I was, like, not really super close friends with, but I was, like more than acquaintances, but I didn't really talk to him very much. Like, I remember he had, like, some medical emergency in PE class or something, and he had to go, like, to the hospital, so, like, he got taken away in an ambulance. I just remember, like, after school, like, as I'm walking home, I just, like, had a big, like, reaction in front of a bunch of friends, and it was just, like, this thing that, like, had gotten to me, and it's, like, it's, like, it hadn't even, like, been, like, I saw the thing happen in front of me, or, like, that I was super close to him or anything, and just, like, I don't know, it's, like, you get what I mean? Like, if it had been, like, Chie really reacting strongly, I get it, but, like, it's Teddy, it's Teddy who is, like, we just had textual, canonical confirmation. Teddy's not a human, and his emotional output is so haywire and chaotic that it's hard to take any of this seriously. Like, so that's just, like, honestly, like, they should have given this storyline to the main character. Like, these are the main character's, like, moments. Of course, because the main character can't be, like, someone who talks outside of battle, at least. Like, we couldn't have these cutscenes, I guess, but I don't know. Like, it would just make 1,000 times more sense to me, because, like, everyone is going to get attached to Nanako on a first playthrough. So, like, making Teddy the vehicle to experience that is just weird to me. And really falls flat. Anyways.
In any case, there are too many things we don't understand about her condition and what caused it. We're doing our best, but it's difficult when everything about her illness is a total unknown.
Unknown?
Yeah, like Tekken Tag Tournament.
Well, if anything happens, please send for me.
If I'm an unknown being, then the way I can change is unknown too.
I completely forgot the Awakening cutscene was, like, the second scene after. Alright.
So all I have to do is make them not unknown.
Sure.
Nana-chan's doing her best. Sensei and the others are probably fighting now too.
Sure.
I'm just a shadow. But Nana-chan cheered up when she heard my voice. So what if I'm just a shadow? There must be something I can do. I can't just give up thinking about things. That's why I came back here. Right, Nana-chan?
Yeah. Teddy's persona has changed. Yeah, okay, this is Kamui. It has a little smiley face on its stomach, and it has, like, more pronounced claws, and the rocket's going up its ass. I don't know, I like that. I really appreciate this design. I think it's really cute, but also like clever, and it does feel like it fits Teddy, which is weird to say because I hate Teddy, but I actually like this Persona's design a lot. It's like one of my favorites. And honestly, like all three of the games, all three Persona games, none of the other ones. I'm being dumb. I actually have played Persona 1, but not 2.
Right. I need to get back to the others. Hang in there, Nana-chan. I'll be back soon.
Dude, get a new line.
It's no use. I can only tell that Adachi is here, not his exact location.
I know that, like...
Rise-chan.
I know they need a reason for Teddy to be helpful. I actually forgot this happens. But it just feels kind of arbitrary that, like, Adachi is just suddenly too hard to find by Rise's lonesome. I don't know.
If only Teddy was with us.
Didn't he say his nose is practically useless now? And could he even help us find that bastard?
There's Conchi saying the correct things.
Nope. He'd be no help at all. But he was always there to support me whenever.
What's wrong with you? Are you like okay?
That bear's a loudmouth, but he's nice to have around. He's always so full of energy.
What the fuck is going on? Is there like LSD in this? Like, hello?
He's lighthearted and always optimistic.
Literally the last things we heard from him were him saying he needs to like atone for failing to save Nana. Hello? Is everyone in like Bizarro World? Am I crazy? Am I going insane?
I'm alright. I just got a little dizzy. The fog's so dense. It's hard to see through it.
Why don't we call it a day? It won't do us any good if you collapse.
I agree. If Rise-san became fatigued, even if we found Adachi, our capacity in battle would be reduced. Moreover, it's almost nighttime. We should return to our world for the present.
Damn it! We came so far to run smack into a dead end.
I know he's in there too. What's wrong with me? My powers are completely useless. Teddy?
You little... Where the hell were you?
I'm sorry.
You idiot! Bad bear! Bad! You're so late! Who do you think you are?
Rise-chan? Are you faking?
Owned.
No, stupid!
Sorry. I want to help you all again.
You know how much trouble you caused, you dumb bear? Where the hell were you?
I'm sorry. I figured out a lot of things. Stuff about me. And that world. I wanted to tell you all.
You listen to Teddy's confession since he finally understands who he really is. That he was only a shadow. That junk. And that though he was at his wit's end, he was able to come back to your world.
A shadow? You mean you're one of those things we've been fighting?
Yep. Just like the ones you all know about. Shadows are suppressed human thoughts given form. Everyone has them inside.
Wait, you say you're a shadow, but you didn't attack us. And you kept telling us from the start that you wanted to bring peace and quiet back to that world, right?
But in the end, I was just an ordinary shadow. Nothing special about me at all. I did everything I could until now to try and make my world peaceful. But instead, the weird fog started seeping out into this world too. I'm sorry. I'm really sorry. If I really was special, then maybe...
It's no big deal. I mean, we weren't expecting much from you in the first place. And about you being a shadow, we pretty much figured you were something like that anyway.
Huh? What are you saying? Here I am, pouring my heart out to you, and you say you thought I was something like that anyway? No normal person would think such a pretty bear could really be a shadow.
So what's the problem with being a shadow?
It's true that you may have been born that way.
By Lady Gaga. Buy her album. I'll say it. I like Born This Way more than I like Art Pop. Although Art Pop does have some really good songs. Unfortunately, it also has R. Kelly.
But you now possess the power of persona. A shadow is suppressed power. Once controlled by the ego, it becomes... Doesn't it follow, then, that you must have developed an ego?
I didn't mean to hit X early on that last line.
Whether the ego masters its shadow, or the shadow awakens to its ego. The only difference I see is the order in which the process occurred.
Oh! Teddy's practically human then.
I'm the same as humans?
You keep trying to figure out who you are, just like all of us here. You can't do much on your own. You really aren't that special. See? What's so different between you and us?
Hey guys, remember how we were trying to get a Dachi? That is not the voice line that should go with that text box. I mean, the voice line fits for this situation, but rar? Whatever.
Thank you. I'm so glad I met you guys.
The rest of us were pretty much a group of misfits to begin with too, right? You fit right in, man.
I beg your pardon? Who are you calling a misfit?
Isn't that just you, Senpai?
Hey, that's not something a detective would say. Or an idol either. Geez, stop crying, will ya? Now's not the time for that. While you were gone, we figured out who murdered the announcer and Senpai.
Finally, we're getting back to it.
It was Adachi.
That was a fucking Fire Emblem Radiant Dawn level delivery for Teddy.
Adachi? That total goofball? Wow, I didn't notice at all. Looks like I'm pretty blind to that sort of thing. But you all know him. If you can't find someone like that, I don't think I can help you.
Like I said, we're not expecting much from you.
Well, the main thing is, it's hard to get pumped about this without someone nice and fuzzy around.
He's so...
Yeah, what Kanji said.
Okay. Thanks, guys.
Alright, now that the band's back together, let's take it from the top. Starting tomorrow.
It's been a while, but I'll do my best to look for him too. Leave it to Fuzzy.
You've taken another step toward the truth. Is it bad that I'm being honest when I say I didn't even remember this cutscene or the ones before it? I thought we were actually going to just immediately talk to Adachi. Whatever. No gameplay for me. Or you, I guess. Since you'll start fresh again tomorrow, each of you decided to go home for today. Awesome. Well, I need to split the segment. So now we must ask ourselves the real question. Darn. I almost wanted to fish. By the way, this is what I meant when I said I would not have enough days to feed the cat, just like mathematically. Like, I've had to waste so many days because I'm not allowed to go outside or do anything. So, that poor cat is only going to be moderately fed. You fully recovered from yesterday's events. Recovered? Like, what? Also, I'm trying to untangle or untwist my controller. One sec. You should go over to the TV world with everyone after school. God. Cords are so annoying when they get all, like, twisted. And not, like, the fun kind of twisted, like telephone cords, you know? Phone twisted cords? No, I'm talking about, like, when your PS2 cord gets all, like, twisted up for some reason. Whatever. This was thrilling to talk about.
I'll give it a try, but if Rise-chan couldn't find him, I really doubt someone with a dried-up nose like me will be much help. I do smell a Dachi baby in here, but the fog is completely covering up his scent.
I will just say right now, I do not know why Teddy calls Adachi a Dachi baby. My best guess is that it is a little nickname or pun that did not localize very well, because this is just what he's going to start calling him.
Teddy, you can't do it either?
When you look at me with those eyes, I get this feeling I've got to sniff him out no matter what. This is my time to shine. Ooh, I'm getting something.
Teddy?
Hey, quit wandering around. You better not flake out on us again.
Huh? I sense it from this away.
Is it Itachi?
I love how unimpressive it is. It just, like, 5 feet away from us is where he was.
How do I put it? It's kinda hazy, but at the same time, it feels like I've got a whopper on the line.
I don't get it.
Very suspicious. This definitely smells. But that's weird. If I remember right, that's where Sensei Yosuke and Chie-chan came from when I met them for the first time.
When we first... Where was that? Oh, you mean that creepy-ass room where all the faces on the posters were cut out?
Yep, there's someone there.
Teddy, you really are amazing.
It was just dumb luck. It's because that's where I first sensed Sensei and the others. That's why it kinda smelled over there.
Ah, I see.
Can we get on
Wait,
with it?
did you say it smelled? Wasn't that the room where Yosuke had to go to the bathroom and...
Huh? You're saying he peed his pants there? Ew, I don't want to hear it.
Oh, you lie so bad! Dude, I did not piss my pants! Chie, quit spreading random rumors about stuff like that.
Hey, remember how we were supposed to get Adachi? Like, do you guys remember that? How he, like, has killed people and we were going after him? And it was urgent?
Well, it happened so long ago. My memory's kind of fuzzy, you know?
Okay, guys, enough fuzziness. Follow me, the master of fuzzy logic. Hee hee.
I haven't heard you crack up in a while, Yukiko.
Oh my fuck, enough. Can we just get on with it?
Though I really wonder sometimes about your sense of humor.
A cheerful mood has returned to the group thanks to Teddy. And you've taken... Are you fucking kidding me? They really are just looking for all the excuses to make these rank ups happen. Whatever. I mean, fuck it, sure. Give me another free rank up. Like, increase my fusion experience for Judgment Arcana. Why not? Just... I just, man, we have so much to get through still.
Damn bitch. I noticed her first, and she just had to run off and have an affair. Who's there?
Well, it's time for the introduction of fucking Adachi face. I guess this isn't it right here. It's coming up. But prepare yourself for some of the best fucking portraits in this game. Both ironically and unironically.
Oh, it's you guys.
Here we go.
You're very persistent.
Fucking... It's so doofy looking. Well, you're the real killer.
I don't know what you're talking about.
You're not lying your way out of this one, damn it! Just being here proves it! Answer us! You're the one who threw Ms. Yamano into the TV, aren't you?
It was an accident. She started struggling. What else was I supposed to do? I called her out to the lobby because I wanted to ask her something, and then she started getting hysterical on me.
Who are you?
Sorry, I forgot how extremely funny. There's something so fucking comedic about this cutscene framing. Like, we know what happens, but just like the fucking like, oh, the fucking angle is just so. Okay, sorry.
And what's this something important you called me out here for?
What they say on the news isn't true, is it? All that talk about you having an affair and whatnot, it's all a lie, right?
Why do I have to explain myself to you?
I see. So you don't deny it. You caught my eye, but it turns out you're another worthless bitch.
What's wrong with you? Don't make me call for help.
Shut up! Shut up! Shut up! I think you need to see what it's like to fear for your life. It'll get your head straight.
This is so...
What are you going to do? No! Ah!
Alright.
She fell in. Wow! So people can go completely inside! Good thing for me, no one else was around there in the middle of the night.
Oh my god. I forgot how fucking... Maybe it's just because I've gotten older, my sense of humor has, like, deteriorated. But oh my god, that is the fucking funniest thing he could have said. That's like a Scooby-Doo line. Oh my god, the worst part is, it's like, this is supposed to be menacing and chilling. It's fucking funny! And not intentionally! Okay, let's move on.
That happened in our lobby?
This is supposed to be, like, sad? I'm sorry, like, it's just that immediately makes it incredibly funny. It's like a fucking Hanna-Barbera cartoon.
I learned about the Midnight Channel through some rumor. You hear a lot of fishy stories like that on the force. But it was pure coincidence that I touched the screen and discovered my power.
Lovely.
I burst out laughing when I found out. I knew right away that this was going to be interesting.
So you tested it out on Mayumi Yamano?
Nah, it was nothing like that. I'm a very sincere fellow. I was just trying to punish the stupid bitch a little for betraying me. Yeah, putting them inside the TV was never the plan. But you know, both Mayumi and that dippy high school girl struggled for no reason.
Then you were responsible for Saki-senpai's death!
Saki? Oh yeah, her name was Saki Kunishi, or something like that. At first I just called her in because of work-related stuff. Her being the one who found Mayumi's body and all. And naturally, if there was any chance she'd seen something, I'd need to know, right? So I was all set to be a nice guy to her. And then that bitch.
What's this about anyways? Didn't you call me in for more questions?
Again, just the fucking naked intent of here's the TV that she's going to get pushed in. Just it's so juvenile.
Well, we'll get to that. But you know, I saw you this afternoon. You were getting pretty cozy with that Namatame.
Alright.
Huh. So I'm not good enough for you. Well, I know how to deal with girls like you.
No!
God, these high school girls today. This world's gone straight to shit.
So, there is a bit of a logistical issue I've always found with this. How did he get her in there? Like, did she just, like, let him lift her? You know what I mean? I don't want to harp on it too long, but, like, if he pushes her into the TV, it's like her upper torso maybe, like, can tilt into it at most, but, like, her entire center of gravity is not tilted enough to fall into that, especially because the TV is so much higher that, like, she couldn't fall. It's such a not important thing to argue about this, but just, like, it's always bugged me. Anyways.
When I was in school, I wasn't allowed to do anything but study my ass off. I was supposed to be the best of the best, and instead they stick me in the boonies. But I guess I got the sweet power to make up for it. Life's not so bad after all. Get on your knees and beg, and maybe I'll let you out. Yeah, like that'll happen. As if I'd walk into a death trap like that.
And this is where we need to ask again, aren't there, like, video cameras in an interrogation room?
It was a lot easier the second time. High school girls are thinner, you know? Lighter.
I mean, I guess, like, plausibly, let's ask ourselves, how could Adachi have done that and not been caught? Because obviously he wasn't. Like, if it's a situation where, like, he was interviewing her in that room, and then, like, he has to pretend that she walked out perfectly fine, the last person that she would have been seen with was Adachi. So, like, wouldn't they have wanted to get confirmation that, like, I guess it's whatever. It's just, like, there's video cameras in interrogation rooms. Like, that's just a known thing, but whatever. It's stupid.
You son of a bitch!
I hate to be that, like CCTV bitch, but, like, legitimately something should have been caught on, like, between the hospital and a police station, like, none of this was on, whatever.
Come on, give me a break. I didn't know it was dangerous inside the TV. It's not like I was trying to kill them. I mean, I'm sure they hit on Namatame, not the other way around. The council secretary will one day rise to public office himself. Mayumi and that high schooler were just gold digging. They got exactly what they deserved. I didn't do anything wrong at all.
Shut the hell up! You knew from what happened to Mayumi Yamano that people die in here!
So what if I knew?
I probably should just bite the bullet and just have this conversation now. I don't like Adachi as a villain. I think he's very unintentionally funny. Obviously, the fact that he still has a meme status and was very popular is testament to that. I think, unfortunately, his popularity is mostly sincere, which is wild to me. I don't really know why people like him without the veil of, like, irony. I guess I have to be... I just have to say it. Misogyny as a motive to kill is unironically the most common motive of murder in the known world. Like, I am not being hyperbolic. Maybe the second most popular is profit / like trying to kill someone to get something out of it, like money or steal or whatever. I guess you could maybe argue, like, if you're including homicide in general, accidental murder maybe. But like, just I feel fairly confident saying the most common motive for murder is misogyny, whether it be anger at like a woman in your life or just hating women, period. Like, so I'm not asking for Persona 4 to be like the progressive social justice feminist women's rights like movements that, you know, I would personally like. I am asking for it to have a villain with an interesting motive if we're going to get at like the 70-hour mark before we find out about it. Like, it's so droll. It's so pedestrian. It's so uninteresting. Adachi being a garden variety misogynist in hiding, it's like, tell me something else that's new. Like, what else is... Like, could you not have thought of something maybe a little more interesting? Namatame wasn't like... We weren't dealing with like gold or anything, but that's at least like more to uncover and like dig into. Adachi being a misogynist just begins and ends that he hates women. And it's just okay, if this had been something, if it had been like a Mitsuo Kubo like hates women, that's one thing, but this is the main antagonist of your game. The person that like, not only is their murder method so fucking like, how are they doing it, but it's also just like, why are they doing it? You know, like this is what you could come up with? This is the best you could do? I don't know. I've always really been bored by it, and I've really hated how much people talk about Adachi being this like iconic villain. Like, I guess I can respect if you like Adachi ironically, which, don't get me wrong, I know plenty of people who do. But if you're like out here saying Adachi is this great, like, compelling villain, he's got layers and nuance, I don't see it, man. I will say, there is more to discuss with Adachi that we have not gotten to, believe it or not. I'm going to sit on it until we do. I think there's unintentionally a lot to dig into with Adachi. Maybe the unintentional doesn't matter in that case, because if there's layers, there's layers. I think Persona 4 as a game is not very interested in exploring Adachi as a character. I think he is a means to an end. He is a plot device more than he is a fleshed out character. I can tell you right now, we never find out why he hates women. I mean, granted, he is a cis hetero man. You don't necessarily need to do a lot of logical leaps to assume that he hates women and, you know, reason out that that was probably just something he was, you know, ingrained with from either male figures in his life or patriarchal society reinforcing that. I also feel obligated to state. I was gonna say stay, and then I said stay, and then stay, whatever. I have not done Golden. I guess this might be another good time to mention. Golden added a social link with 2 characters, one of which is Adachi. Where the fuck they like got the Arcana for that, I'll never know. Just kidding, they made up an Arcana. So Adachi's social link Arcana is, I think, the Jester in Golden, and then it only has 5 ranks, I want to say. Maybe it has more, but I think it only has 5, and they're all, like, each rank is a little bit longer. If you played Royal, which, weird if you played Royal but not Golden. I guess not that weird. Royal is the more popular one. It's kind of like the social link that was added in Royal. Fuck, what's her name? Kasumi. You know, Kasumi. Anyways, it's kind of like that, how there's 5 ranks, but they're all a little bit meatier and longer. And then once you get to the who you think the serial killer is, like, choice that we did last segment, that is when you can pick Adachi, and then if you've maxed out his social link, you can choose to hide that accusation from everyone. And then you can confront him individually and I mean, this is kind of like, you're not confronting him because you want to stop him. You're confronting him because at that point you're just saying, hey, I want to help you, or like hide your crime. So then you help him burn evidence or whatever, and then he gets away with it. You get the bad ending. I think you get I think you unlock a persona. I don't remember. It's not very interesting. The same bad ending music plays that you would get in this game, but for the Adachi accomplice ending. One thing I really don't like about Adachi Social Link is it makes it unbelievably obvious that he is the killer. I said last segment that it's already pretty easy to narrow it down. I think it's like even easier if you like read the social link that Adachi has, because it contradicts a lot of his like bumbling, good-natured cop who is not threatening at all persona by portraying him as like this asshole who's really resentful of everyone, which granted he is, but it's not supposed to be immediately apparent. But because you can do that social link from like the beginning of May or something, you immediately get to like clue in on why did like Adachi is this character that's worth examining. And just by the nature of him having a social link that is not only a unique arcana, but most people will probably know was added specifically to Gold and it wasn't in the original release, you're immediately going to be like keyed into Adachi, like there's something going on with him, you know what I mean? So I really don't like that like makes the reveal even more obvious, and I don't know. I have no idea why people are not more critical of this game when it does shit like this. Adachi being the main antagonist is not the like worst thing in the world, but it is just so underwhelming. Like I don't know. I should probably advance the text. Let's get on. We're getting to the best part, by the way.
Nah, he called the police in the middle of the night, just after they found that Saki girl's body. The rest of the force had their hands full with the double homicide, and it happened that I was the one who took the call.
Namatame said the police refused to take him seriously. You were responsible for that, then.
Oh, quite the contrary. If anyone else had taken the call, sure. But I actually did believe him, you know?
That's the pattern to the 2 deaths so far? And now you're seeing a girl in a kimono on that weird program, and you think she'll die too, is that right? Namatame-san, do you seriously expect us to believe something like that?
But it's true! If there's any way the police can protect her...
Listen, there's no way the police are going to make a move based on a fantasy story like that. It does sound interesting, though.
But...
Oh, I have an idea. If you really want to save her that much, why not do it yourself? Like, you could shelter her somewhere. Someplace where no one could find her.
Where no one could find her?
Save her yourself. You can do it. I'm busy, so I'm hanging up now. Bye.
I've always loved that like little last part of the conversation. It's so... I also am not crazy about how many coincidental things have to happen for this plot to even really happen. Like, coincidentally, Adachi just has to never get found out by anyone, despite him being a clumsy idiot who is not particularly careful about hiding his tracks. And then he just happens to get Namatame's phone call, which he just happens to encourage him in just the right way to do these specifically engineered strategies of fucking around with everyone. Like, whatever. It's very stupid in a way that is implausible and also just, like, really deflates a lot of the game retroactively.
Isn't that amazing? Of all the people who could have received Namatame's call, it ended up being me. Talk about luck!
It does not help the game at all when it draws attention to it like this, and going like, oh man, isn't that a coincidence? Like, man, and like, I want to be clear. I've said this before and I'll say it again. I do not inherently think coincidences or like, 1 out of 1,000 chances or 100,000 or whatever, those types of things occurring in stories, I do not think is inherently bad. I think it is bad when that type of implausible thing comes at the cost of the narrative's like plausibility and there's no reward for it. Like, okay, like the classic example I'm going to use right now, classic even though the game's only like 2 years old, Final Fantasy 16 having Clive just happen to meet up with not only Jill but his former dog, well, their former dog, on the middle of a battlefield, extremely contrived, extremely stupid. But it's also very early in the game. It's not like a big plot twist. It's just like, okay, we need to get all the characters in the plot, So I'm willing to go along with it if it pays off, because I would not want the story to delay us getting Torgal or delay Jill's story starting, considering how much it has to be slow burned. You know what I mean? It gives us more opportunity for these characters to interact. So I'm kind of buying into the stupid coincidence nature of it all if it delivers something worthwhile. Again, it's implausible. It made the world feel small at first, but I believed it for... like, I was willing to suspend my disbelief. But here, this makes... I know that Inaba's a small world, obviously. It's a small town. They draw attention to that. But this makes the world feel not just small, but insular. Like, very, very insular. And, like, the world revolves around Adachi in this moment for it to work. It doesn't really make sense. Like... well, first of all, not to be the nitpicky little Redditor about it, but, like... police stations don't answer 911 calls directly. That's what dispatch stations do. They forward those calls to 911. I guess, to be fair, like, it could be different in Japan. I'll say that. In America, as far as I understand it, dispatch stations are used to divert calls from, like, whether it needs to go to a hospital versus the fire department versus a police station. So, I don't know. Japan, it could be different. I'm willing to say that. But then just, like, he happens to be the only person who answers the phone. Like, why would Adachi even answer the phone? He doesn't even seem like the type who would give a shit. I don't know. I'm harping on this. It's just, there's so many little things that add up that just make this entire, like, contrived sequence of events just shatter any type of investment I could have. Because it's just like, oh, this is stupid. Whatever's going to happen is not going to really make sense. It's just going to happen because the writers want it to happen. Whatever.
All I did was give him a little push.
Well played.
And he completely bought into his vision of this world. The more people you guys saved, the more he'd kidnap. Both sides had the best of intentions, so the game of cat and mouse would never end. It was awesome.
I mean, there is something to be said about how, like, Namatame's truth and the investigation squad's truth conflicted with each other, even though both wholeheartedly believed what they perceived. And I'm sure the game's already harped on that enough. I think that's maybe an interesting dynamic to explore, but the fact that Namatame is basically, like, now never going to appear, and we're replacing his potential interesting conflict, I guess, to be fair, we've wrung it dry and milked it for all it's worth. But now it's going to be replaced with Adachi, who's so paper thin and, like, two-dimensional. Like, I don't know, man. I just don't get it.
You gotta be shitting me!
So true.
Why? What reasons could you have for doing that?
Reasons? None, really. I could do it, that's all. And it was fun. I guess that's my reason?
Oh, he was bored. He doesn't just hate women, he was also bored. Remember in Heavy Rain? Oh my god, I can't believe I'm using Heavy Rain as a point of comparison. Remember... not to be clear, Heavy Rain is probably worse than this game. And that's more, like, just because it has, like, Jim Crow character in it. But, like, remember in Heavy Rain when, like, 2/3 of the way through the game, like, one of the characters, like, runs into this guy and he's like, "You found me out. I'm the origami killer. I kill people because I'm bored." And it's like, wow, that sucks. I mean, granted, that guy was not the actual origami killer. The real one had a worse motivation, believe it or not. But like, this is just like that, but played 100% straight. I know, or okay, I know that Heavy Rain came out after this, but my point remains that like I was bored is a very, very uninteresting motivation for something this extreme. I was bored should be for like something spontaneous and impulsive. That's not like high stakes, but whatever. Maybe I guess the argument is Adachi didn't like view murder as a big deal, but whatever. I need to split the segment again. The good news now is that after this cutscene, I think we are out of the woods of lengthy cutscenes, at least until the end of the dungeon. Spoilers, there's a dungeon. Could you have guessed?
You murdered people just for the fun of it?
You're making... Every time they draw attention to like the shittiness of it, that just makes it like more pronounced. Come on now.
Come on. All I did was put people in here. I didn't murder them. And Namatame did most of it. I had nothing to do with any of you.
You're just dodging the blame.
Yeah? Then how would you prove it? He put people inside TVs? You think the police are that stupid?
God, what a jerkwad!
I do admit, though, I never thought you guys would manage to track me down. I like that. Games like this gotta have surprises or they get boring fast. It's like when I dealt with that Kubo kid. That was fun too.
We still have another flashback?
Then, you mean to say that Mitsuo Kubo's disappearance was your doing as well? I did sense something odd in his course of action. If he had special powers and wanted attention, why resort to a regular copycat crime? But that wasn't the case. Kubo had no such powers. In fact, he was thrown in by you. Am I correct?
Naoto, your ability to restate the obvious is stunning.
It had been a while since I last put someone inside the TV, so I really got a kick out of that one.
Why did you do that? And how come Mitsuo didn't say anything about you?
You think that didn't occur to me before I did it? Come on, I'm a detective. I led him through to a room at the station with a TV, switched off the lights, and did it quick while he was still startled.
See what I mean when I say he's a fucking dipshit? Whatever. Like whatever. He would never have known it was you, Adachi.
As long as he didn't see me push him in and no one else did either, no one would believe him, even if he survived. Of course, I don't think the Kubo kid ever figured out what happened.
Wait, the police station?
Again, by the way, this is another situation where like there should be not lights, excuse me, cameras that should be able to immediately identify what happened. Like, Mitsuo Kubo was seen in the police station at least by someone besides Adachi, surely. So the fact that Mitsuo's last known sighting was in a police station, no less an interview room, and there's no footage of that, like, in 2013, and you're supposed to, like, I'm supposed to believe that that happened with no one noticing? Like, we live in a surveillance state, honey. Like, come on now. I'm not stupid.
Yeah, he turned himself in pretty quick, actually. This was back when we didn't even know enough to issue a search warrant. But the other officers decided it was just a prank, so they pawned him off on me.
Yeah, objectively, at least two other people, if not more than two, because officers, like, that's a vague enough plural amount to say that at least two people saw Mitsuo Kubo in the police station, and Adachi, like, dealt with it by taking him to an interview. Okay, whatever. Whatever. You get my point, right? You get my point. I'm hammering it in so much I'm breaking the fucking board. You get my point, right?
I didn't blame them. I mean, a kid coming and saying, "I did it all, it was me." Who'd believe him? But it looked bad. I didn't think anyone would come forward and take the blame for all the incidents. The police were desperate to pin it on anyone. If this kid really did it, they might have announced the case was closed. And if that happened, Namatame would stop saving people. I couldn't let that happen, or the game would be over.
So true.
That's why I told the others I sent him home. I came up with the idea to put him inside the TV on the spot.
the game would be over? You threw him in just so your fun wouldn't end?
The missing persons report for the guy who wandered into the police station, and like that just happened to be plausible enough that like he just, okay, whatever. I'm beating a dead horse.
You gotta have some excitement in life, don't you agree? But then you guys put your foot in it yet again and ruined my fun. Thanks to you, Kubo was arrested again, and everyone acted like he was the true culprit behind it all. Couldn't they see how badly he copied the crime scene? It worked out in the end, though, because good old Namitame kept saving people. I guess the guy started to develop some kind of messiah complex, huh? What an idiot.
This is all a game to you. How dare you murder people? Murder Saki-senpai for such a stupid reason! You bastard! I'll never forgive you!
It is funny he says it's a stupid reason, because, like, it is. But, like, the game means stupid in a very different way, I think.
You can keep your forgiveness. Our world will probably become just like this place soon enough anyways. Didn't you notice? The fog's leaking out. Everything on that side's pretty much screwed. The two worlds will merge soon, and then there'll be no difference, no sides anymore.
What the hell's he talking about?
This isn't his real body.
Oh yeah, I forgot this is... Anyways.
The real Adachi is somewhere else.
But this guy feels different from an ordinary shadow. It doesn't seem like he's going berserk.
Wow, you can tell that much? This me is just around to greet you guys, and thank you for wasting your time by chasing me in here. I'd say this world has taken a real shine to me. I feel like it's giving me everything I've ever wanted. And the monsters don't attack me at all. Maybe they can tell we have the same goal.
The Shadow's goal?
By the end of the year, Inaba will disappear completely into the fog. Soon, this place will be reality.
Sir, how do you know that?
I'll be in this world, so if you want me, come and get me. This world has a mind of its own. We'll see which of us it favors.
Keep your bullshit to yourself. It's about time you shut the hell up. We'll finish this right now!
What a chump! Didn't I just tell you the real me is somewhere else? I'll be expecting you all. We'll put an end to this.
Get back here, you
That stuff about the world's mind and how this place will become our reality. Was he serious?
Guys, do you think he was fucking with us?
The rest of his confessions were consistent. We'd best proceed under the assumption that it's no lie.
It felt like he's gained some strong power after coming here.
Yeah, he gained the Shadow Clone Jutsu.
Not only that, maybe he got taken over by that power.
So what he said about the two worlds becoming one, that's really gonna happen?
Didn't he say that it would happen by the end of this year? What happens then?
I think he means this world will engulf the human world.
Oh my god, he said that.
People in town are acting weird. It's like when the shadows that emerged from people went berserk. If the fog gets even thicker, and this town is completely shut off from the outside world, then the other side might become full of shadows, like over here.
They really are just restating what we were already told.
You mean everyone's gonna turn into shadows?
Damn it! Damn that bastard!
I'm also, like, not crazy about how it takes a turn for, like, oh, suddenly Iniba's gonna become fucked if you don't do something. Because, like, okay, I want to be clear. I don't mind like when you have like the world depends on us type like motivations. I just feel like it comes a little out of nowhere for this game, because like, you know, Persona 3 started with like there's a secret like tower we have to explore that no one else can see, and we have to save the city from shadows like causing a muck. You know, like that was the expectations started out at that level, so when it got to even bigger levels it felt built up to, you know, like when you go from like, oh no, the monorail is being hijacked, to suddenly the world is going to end. It might be obviously like an increase in severity, but it's gradually built up and it makes sense in the context of this. Like that, I mean, not this. But for Persona 4, it was always just about individual murders. You know, it was more centered around a mystery, so now that it's elevated to like the typical JRPG, like, oh no, the big evil thing is going to happen. Again, if it had started with the expectation that like that there was a widespread like potential causality consequence like to this, I could see like this working better. But for me, it just feels like they're basically elevating the stakes because they didn't believe that just wanting to find and apprehend Adachi by itself was enough of a motivation. I don't know. It doesn't work for me. It feels very like unnecessary.
Why? We went through so much to get here. And now it turns out he was pulling our strings this whole time?
He sounds like he's about to cry. No more heroes.
Yeah. It's about time we finished this. I don't want to feel this way ever again.
Lovely sound.
There's a path we can take now. I sense Adachi's presence from that direction. He's taunting us.
Bring it on! Let's go kick his ass right now!
Wait. I suggest we prepare ourselves first. We can't let him stab us in the back ever again. We must face him with all the power at our disposal and defeat him without fail.
I'm a little worried what he means by the end of the year, but now's not the time to freak out. Let's get prepared. Let's get over-prepared and leave footprints all over his stupid smug face.
By pooling all your strength, the path of the truth has been opened. Yay! Hooray! Yippee! The unexpected true culprit has finally been confirmed. Before the end of the year, this town will be swallowed by the fog. You must finish things before then. You resolve to be fully prepared before facing Adachi. Well, it might be on the shorter side, but I must confess, I do not feel like recording anymore. I know I said I would try to shoot for an hour and a half for most segments, but this kind of just does feel like a natural concluding point for this segment. I mean, next segment is going to be me, like, almost immediately doing the dungeon. Or starting it, I should say. One thing to look forward to, I actually really like the next dungeon. I really do. It has a really good music track, and I think the theme actually is pretty interesting. I probably like it more than Heaven, because Heaven's pretty non-offensive. Inoffensive is the word, actually. And I really like the music track, but I actually think the next dungeon is both, like, interesting aesthetically and musically. Unfortunately, gameplay-wise, not a fan, but whatever. Anyways, we're going to have that to look forward to. I will see you then. Oh, also, we'll get to look forward to me getting Premiere, if I remember. I mean, I probably will remember. I'll probably either do it, like, later today or tomorrow when editing. Anyways, see you then.